If 3K didn't do it, it ain't right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to give you my number one tip to get over a breakup, and that is going to be going to therapy. Going to therapy helped me so
What's up, Burn Live? Marijuana, we keeping y'all connected. Hashtagging these red eyes, changing the viewers' eye red, keeping underage smoking off of social media, killing myself for your entertainment, sitting here with friends and family, starting a cannabisation. Welcome to another show. Well, um, I'm getting back better. You know what I'm saying? News is calming down just a tad bit to where I can get back on here and discuss cannabis news and things that's going on. I appreciate everybody stepping in. I love this beat, so I had to play this beat one more time in my background just to get me crunk, get me into the groove. Appreciate everybody stopping through. So get your blunts, get your dabs, get your blunts, get your dabs, get anything that you need to get high and smoke. Sit down and chill. Let's roll a blunt. Let's really get into it. I got a lot of things to discuss about today. Obviously, the Capitol has a Speaker of the House, so we got that part taken care of. It's finally taken care of, that where we ain't got to worry about all of that. I appreciate that's going on. Appreciate everybody tuning in and paying attention to what's going on, because yet again, these days are getting crucial. It's getting scary outside. Also, we will be discussing a little bit of the mass shooting in Maine. We will be talking about shooting and what's going on. I will be putting in my 2 cents of what's going on in America. A lot of things that people have been seeing that's going on in America has been contributed to government. People think that the government has been doing things on purpose to get rid of us, to shorten us, to break us down. These are some stories that I've been hearing, I've been alluding to, but I haven't got too much evidence, but I will be discussing it today. We will be discussing over podcast. This will be hopefully a 2-hour show, um, covering the news and things that's going on. I appreciate people stopping through. Like I said, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever time you're watching this, I highly appreciate it. You could be anywhere in the world, but you decided to be with me. That is very, very hard for people to do, to come chill in here. I do understand that having a marijuana channel and then talking about things that aren't marijuanically put together is a tad bit difficult. A lot of people don't think that it's necessary, that it is real. A lot of people have come to me and be like, hey, they think that I should try other things, talk about other things that I feel is totally unnecessary, that's not going to help better America. And this is things that I truly believe in. Like, I really truly believe in helping America. This is where I stay. This is where I live. This is my home. I'm proud of it. I just had this discussion with my mother the other day about just, just maybe, just maybe I need to, be serve in the Air Force. I thought about serving in the Air Force because how much I do care and love this country. I think it'd be a good attribute for me personally. I kind of actually think that it will be good for me to join the service. Um, I heard a lot of people that has more appreciation for their country is those who serve their country. It gives you more of a better understanding and seeing what you appreciate in life. And I do feel that, and I do grasp that to my awareness that, I do care for a lot of things, but I care for more of what's going on if I probably would have run from this country. So to get off into things, just to get things, just to which one is it? Just to start things off, I will be talking about the mass shooting that's going on, so we can discuss and see what's going on, inform people, because it seems like every time that discuss anytime I discuss something on my podcast show, it seems like it's not really spread it around, like people really don't know about it. So therefore, I'd rather discuss it on my podcast.
We have more breaking news regarding the mental health history of the man suspected of killing 18 people in Maine. I want to bring in Ken Delaney, NBC News justice and intelligence correspondent. Ken, what have you just learned?
Chris, it's become increasingly clear that there were major concerns about this suspect, Robert Card's mental health over the summer and as recently as a few weeks ago, both from his military commanders and members of his family. I've got two pieces of information to share with you. Two senior law enforcement officials tell me that Card's Army Reserve commanders referred him to inpatient psychiatric treatment over the summer after they became concerned about his comments that he had been hearing voices and about threats that he had made to the base. And we're told that he spent about 2 weeks inside a psychiatric facility, was treated there.
Now you hear the dude reporting, and do you hear him scratching out something? Did y'all know y'all heard that? You heard them sound like a highlighter highlighting something that needs to be probably brought up or something. I'm finna rewind that one more time so you can hear it. Let's see, did y'all pick up what I thought I just heard?
About his comments that he had been hearing voices and about threats that he had made to the base.
Right there.
And we're told that he spent about 2 weeks inside a psychiatric facility, was treated there, was released. It's unclear what happened after that. But his sister-in-law has just given an interview to one of my colleagues on NBC News Digital, in which she said that the family was raising concerns with the Army Reserve about what they viewed as Card's increasingly concerning mental status. She said, we reached out to make sure everyone was on the same page because he is someone who does gun training. We were concerned about his mental state. She said her husband went back and forth with the Army, but it's unclear what actions were taken. She said they were following up on it, but he's never been someone.
I have said this multiple times. Other podcasters, other people who has well more profession than me have said this, that we believe that most mass shootings, and I'm not scared to say this, but most mass shootings are done by people that have been our mental patients. I don't care if it's in the Army service, wherever you've been, whatever you serve, that's mostly been the struggle and the hustle that's been going on, are mental patients who can't control themselves. And this is where I get back to telling people where a lot of people will be like, oh man, men need to be able to express themselves and stuff like that. And you get them in this so-called soft environment where they can't control, they can't cope with what's going on. And this is some of the results that you get. I know it sounds harsh to say these words and to bring up conversations like this, but when you hear it from the reporters themselves about mental healthness and mental issues that the person was having, it always go back to damn near everybody that we see that has mass shooting, where they had some mental breakdown that was going, they heard voices in their head, the medication wasn't working, they had nobody in their corners for real. People expect families to really truly be there in this modern time. Like, people don't have things going on in their lives. Like, once you get kids, it's hard to check up on everybody and see how they doing because you too busy dealing with your life and what you got going on. I have said this multiple times. It seems to be more and more proven every day that stuff like this that happens every day is a contribute to us telling people, oh man, it's okay, man, you should express yourself, and you can't learn to bottle it all in and hold it in and not bring other people's involved. And this is what you get. This is what you get, and it's not very compelling to people.
We thought would actually do anything. So significant concerns, and Maine does have what's known as a yellow flag law that allows the police to go to a judge and ask that a subject's guns be taken away if a mental health professional or medical professional deems that that person was a threat. Obviously, that didn't happen in this case, and we learned that the gun used in this shooting was what's known as a .308 sniper rifle, a very, very lethal military-style weapon, Chris.
Ken Delanian, thank you for that important information.
Thank you for the information. Thank you for the update. And now I know a lot of people. People have been seeing this mass shooting all over the news. I woke up early in the morning to this mass shooting. I couldn't believe that it really happened. But then you had to look at where he was at. And I literally just did a report, I want to say last week, about a person who claims that there's no crime in Maine. And I'm like, well, their population isn't that big. They're one of the lowest populations in America. So therefore, you're going to get that contribute to having no crime. And then I think the black mayor said there's no black people up there too. Also, that is another reason why there ain't no crime. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real.
Gunpoint as Williams was helping his 78-year-old mother into her car.
This is your emergency.
This is District Attorney Jason Williams, and I was just carjacked at the corner of Race and Magazine Street.
Were any weapons involved?
Yes, 2 guns, 3 to 4 assailants.
Get out the car, Mama. Let me get my mom out the car. Come this way.
What you just heard and witnessed was a mayor of New Orleans and getting robbed, getting carjacked. You got DAs, mayors, congressmen, people that we put in the office are finally starting to feel some of the heat that we as citizens go through every day. When you put somebody in office and you want them to do a good job and they're not doing a good job, they're starting to get picked on. You got the lady in Chicago who just got sworn by a lot of people and her citizens who don't want illegal immigrants. These are things that are starting to be common.
So this light on crime DA got carjacked. You can't make this stuff up. The city of New Orleans is in the middle of a massive crime wave. This is what's going on.
Tonight, New Orleans is a city in crisis.
Police are looking for leads.
Extremely violent crime wave.
The teenage boy is now dead.
Shot and killed overnight.
Dubbed the murder capital of the country.
They got us all again. They got you too. They almost killed me.
Top Story came to the Big Easy to investigate the violence. More than a dozen killings to start the year, picking up from an epidemic level in 2022.
In an American city, in the middle of the afternoon, in the parking lot of a grocery store, my son was killed.
Just 2 days before Christmas, Sherilyn Price learned her son, Brandon Montrell, was among the statistics. Police say the unintended target of a shootout. The 43-year-old comedian known as Boogie B on TikTok and on stage.
I'm at comedian Boogie B on Instagram. I appreciate y'all.
One of more than 260 people murdered in 2022.
I can't swallow the idea that I'd lose my child for absolute nothing, that nothing comes of it, that it's just another day, another number, and life goes on. Something has to change.
But change doesn't appear imminent. Car thefts have reached astonishing numbers. More than 500 stolen already this year, more than double the same time last year. More horrifying, carjackings, more than 270 last year. One gruesome case in March involved 73-year-old Linda Fricky. Surveillance video caught the midday carjacking. Fricky, caught in her seatbelt, was dragged to death, her arm severed from her body. All 4 suspects under the age of 18.
Do you want these teens charged as adults?
Absolutely.
Another incident, one man resorting to throwing a pot of gumbo at his own car before jumping on the hood in an effort to stop it from being stolen.
If we don't get a handle on this now, I don't want to see how bad it gets during the summer.
Now, this is because the new district attorney has been super light on crime.
I was just finna say that when you got these guys that are super elusive on crime and don't want to lock people up, bro. What is up with America not locking people up? What is up with us telling each other, oh my God, black people are victims of crimes, and we like, come on, bro. I don't want to hear about victims of crimes, and we need to not. This is the problem right now. This is the problem right now. We cannot sit up here and not say don't lock nobody up because they're black. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get into this.
Refusing to prosecute some cases he claims to be racist. Now, it doesn't matter that the police chief, the mayor, and all the top city officials are black. He considers them to be part of the racist problem. Now, this has led to a revolving door where criminals are arrested and simply let go because the DA doesn't want to prosecute those cases. Here is the then chief of police calling it out.
And I'm Shelley Brown. The city is facing an...
Do you hear this? Ladies and gentlemen, we don't want to prosecute people that are criminals. Why? Does that make sense to anybody? If you do, please let me know and enlighten me, school me. Why this doesn't make sense?
Unprecedented crime wave, and leaders say now is the time for action.
Yeah, that after a weekend of homicide shootings, armed robberies, and carjackings. David Jones has more.
That is what we do. That is what we will continue to do. Make the arrest. But it doesn't mean a thing if there are no consequences to their actions.
NOPD Chief Sean Ferguson calling out the revolving door culture when it comes to prosecuting crime.
We can make all of the arrests we want until the back portion of this criminal justice system does its part in ensuring accountability and ensuring consequences to their actions. We're going to continue to spin our wheels. Some of these individuals have been arrested before.
The police department has reached critical mass, and they cannot respond to all of the crime.
Rafael Goyeneche with the Metropolitan Crime Commission says it's...
Why are we keep lowering our standards? Why? I don't get it. We just keep lowering our standards. We ain't got no police don't want to lock up crimes. They lowers the school rate so more kids can graduate because they're claiming that it's racist. They're saying that, like, when it's not nothing getting done in America, when nothing getting done in America, they quick to want to blame it on racism. They quick to want to blame it on racism. Why does it gotta be about the skin color? Leave the skin color out of it. Lock up what you would call a criminal. Lock them
It's an
up.
ongoing issue.
Stop
People are
playing.
arrested for violent crimes, have their bond
If I
reduced,
did a crime,
and
you
are
would
back
lock
out
me
on
up.
the street,
Flat out.
demoralizing an already shrunken police force.
The police department, even with their diminished resources, are focusing their resources on the most serious felony offenders.
You know that really means Dominican resources. Defund the police. You would ask a lot of black people about defunding the police, and they be like, "Yeah, bro, I'm about that. I'm with that, bro." If you're not going to defund the police, at least black people, at least ask for more protection. Hey, I should be able to protect myself. I should be able to pop me a person if they break into my home. If a person's stealing my vehicle, I should not let them get away and have to call the police. I should be able to protect my belongings and my vehicles and stuff too if I'm going to defund the police. Flat out. And that's where I'm at. This is what I'm saying. Like, come on, yo. Let's really show what we're getting into and how it's done. Let's really show this. Okay? If y'all think that it's a problem, or I know a person that came to me and said, "Yo, back in the day, I used to didn't like the police. I used to couldn't stand it. I used to hate them. I couldn't bear them to look at them. And the mature that I got when I got older, I was tolerating now." Hey, I just want to give a shout out real quick before I keep going. Shout out to everybody that's watching me on YouTube, on Burn Live channel. Shout out to everybody that's watching me on the Cannabis Conservative channel, my brand new channel I just came out with. And shout out to people that's watching me on Facebook. I just want to appreciate everybody taking the time out to tune into my show. You didn't have to. But back to the show. When it comes to criminals and lowering standards, bro. Lowering standards is not where it's
Violent felony offenders, but the criminal justice system isn't doing its job and holding those people accountable.
According to Metropolitan Crime Commission numbers, the city's seen 36 carjackings since the start of the year. That's compared to 14 during the same time period last year and 3 in 2019. And they aren't confined to any particular neighborhood. Everywhere in the city has seen its fair share.
It's not just frustrating to the officers, it's frustrating to the citizens of this city to see that we are arresting and re-arresting. However, this is what we've been taking the oath to do, and we will continue to do just that.
Now, this has led to an explosion, and I mean explosion in crime, but the DA doubled down.
This reminds me of a movie that didn't get its credit. It didn't get its due. People didn't watch it because of the pandemic. But I believe if people go back, if we can re-put that out, I wonder if I can start a watch party and watch this movie. I'm finna see what I can and cannot do. I gotta call some people and see what but I'm finna have a watch party of the movie Jigsaw, starring Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson. A lot of people ain't seen that movie. There's a very, very well put together movie if you want to talk about crime that's happening today in the cities and where you at. Trust me when I say that things that are happening now, right now, right now, is a good point in that movie. Okay, I know a lot of people are Jigsaw fans, or I know a lot of people do not like Jigsaw. Let me rephrase that. Are not Saw fans. They're not into it. They think it's dumb and stupid. It's just guts and glory. Rewatch the Chris Rock version. Get to the end where Chris Rock's character gets confronted on why the enemy is killing the people that he's killing. When you put in statute laws that has something to do with why you cannot lock up people, oh man, we're not gonna lock up because we're gonna defund. We're not gonna lock up because we're gonna call it cynical circle. That means, whatever the reason. It's a law. I guarantee it's a law been put in place of the reason why this is happening. But now they showed you all the crime. They showed you why, what's going on. And it's in New Orleans, bro. This in the South, too.
On his policies and responded to the police chief's criticism of his light on crime policies. Check it out.
First, if I can get your response. I know that Chief Ferguson saying that he felt that there weren't enough consequences for the people they were arresting. If you could just respond to his statements that were made on that topic.
Sure. First of all, the people of this city are rightly frustrated. We are in the middle of a crime surge. It's a national crime surge, and it is certainly affecting us here in Orleans Parish. And the people of the city don't want to hear leaders fighting or bickering. And when the chief says something like catch and release or a revolving door or wanting more accountability, we have to talk about the real facts and the real numbers, which means how many crimes of violence, carjacking, murders, and rapes are being solved, right? It's not enough to just say arrest or up with whether it's marijuana, cocaine, civil possession, crimes of poverty. We have to talk about specificity. People aren't worried about addiction crimes. We're talking about crimes of violence. And when you look at our numbers for carjackings, murders, whether it's prosecutions, whether it is the number of cases we accept, those numbers are on the national standard, right? What we need is for the chief to understand that their role in the criminal legal system does not end in simply arrest. You got to have evidence in court. Juries demand it, judges demand it. They want to look for it when they're setting bonds. And it's unfair to point the finger at the 12 judges at criminal district court and the judges at juvenile court, and for him to say, and he knows they can't respond.
Notice how my guy bounces around with numbers that are high in New Orleans and doesn't say the true facts and things that are going on. Like, bro, I could rewind that, and you told me 3 different segments of crime. You literally said 3 different segments of crime.
Real facts and the real numbers, which means how many crimes of violence, carjacking, murders, and rapes are being solved.
Okay,
right?
That's one group of crime that he talks about.
It's not enough to just say arrest or up with whether it's marijuana, cocaine, civil possession, crimes and poverty. We have to talk about specificity. People are.
That's a whole nother group of crimes. Yet again, he gave you two different. I think he gave one before this. I'm not sure. I really want to go back, but oh well, I'm still getting my point across. How many different groups of crimes is he going to talk about?
Worried about addiction crimes. We're talking about crimes of violence. And when you look at our numbers for carjackings, murders, whether it's prosecutions, whether it is the number of cases we accept, those numbers are on the national stage.
Yet again, he gave two groups of crime. Then he was to break it down. Now, out of these two groups of crimes, which one are we accepting or not accepting? Which one is actually going to court? Then, not only that, you take two groups of crime that's real big. Then it's like a bunch of dividing. It is a bunch of dividing. And people, if we don't wake up, I know y'all tired of hearing this, but I'm going to keep saying this until somebody discover me and be like, that boy is on to something. We need to get him up out of here because he's not really telling the news people what they want to hear. And bro, when I say this, the news reporter is not going to do a clean follow-up and like, yo, bro, like what you just said made no sense, homie. Like my people's not understanding. My people not getting this. Yo, let's break this shit down. Like, yo, that's why I'm keep trying to preach to people like, bro, if you really want to know what's going on, y'all need to check out some of these podcasts so you can actually interview some of these people that are going. Like this man need to go on a podcast. Explain yourself to some of these people. Because right now, I will be down here protesting to New Orleans. Hey, y'all need to kick him out. If carjacking that high, whose fault is it? I don't want to hear you blame the president. I don't want to hear you blame Trump. I don't want to hear you blame none of that. I want to see you blame this guy right here that's in office right now, chilling, talking to us. That's who needs to be blamed. That's who needs to be talked to. That's who needs to be confronted on. Why? Because it's happening in his city and he runs it. Like that lady on Breakfast Club. What system do we run? He runs a system where it got carjacked. Carjacking is high to where it got so high that it happened to him.
And
we ain't even got to that part yet.
It's for the chief to understand that their role in the criminal legal system does not end in simply arrest. You got to have evidence in court. Juries demand it. Judges demand it. They want to look for it when they're setting bonds. And it's unfair to point the finger at the 12 judges at criminal district court and the judges at juvenile court. And for him to say, and he knows they can't respond about open cases because of the canons. Judicial canons don't allow that. It is unfair to suggest that they are not doing their job.
Now, as you can imagine, this has led to more and more crime. And now,
did he just say that when it all boils down to it, when it comes to all these crimes, the police chief is not doing his job? Wow. Okay.
Now, the DA is a victim of his own light on crime policy. See, on October 16, 2023, around 9:30 p.m., Williams was helping his mother into his car, a black Mercedes-Benz, which is pretty nice for that area. While doing so, two men popped up in hoods and masks and put guns in their face and demanded they get out of the car. Williams and his mom left the vehicle and they can be seen running down the street away from the evil men with guns. Now, neither of them were hurt during the ordeal, but here is security footage of the incident. And listen to how the DA begs the carjackers to allow his 79-year-old mother out of the car.
Want to earn more? Want to weigh up where your hard work is guaranteed to pay off? Join the Tech Bootcamp.
I'm going to say this jokingly, but I'm saying seriously since this is what it is. I'm saying this jokingly, even though this is serious. This is how you lower crime. This is what the DEA of Chicago, New York, now we find out New Orleans, I bet you it's in Seattle, Portland. This is how you get your so-called crime rate down. This is it. This is This is the proof that you need to show that crime rate is getting down.
Get out the car, mama. Let me get my mom out the car. Come on. Come this way.
You see the lights.
Now, obviously, it's a sad day when someone gets carjacked at gunpoint because it's a traumatic experience. But here is what the DA said led up to his carjacking.
Don't necessarily think about yourself when you've got your family with guns drawn on them as well. And so seeing the fear in my mother's face, seeing the terror in her eyes when she looks at the gun and looks back at me and looks at the gun and looks back at me, fearing the worst for me and fearing the worst for herself. I mean, she's really messed up.
I'm sorry about that.
Really shook up.
Just real quick on the positioning everybody. So you're helping your mom into the passenger side of your car?
Came around to the driver's side, and as I was getting ready to get into on my side, that's when they.
I see.
See, this right here is not what you want when you want somebody to talk about it happening. Okay, it happened. What are you going to do about it? We put people in places like this to solve answers, to get the answers solved. And when they can't solve the answers, then we have a problem. What type of problem do we have? Crime rate go up. Who does the crime? I guess we're not allowed to point the fingers at that problem. We're not allowed to point the fingers at that problem, because if we start pointing fingers at that problem, then we are racist. So that means, yet again, no matter what I do to try to solve problems my way that is sufficient to where I'm not putting my body in harm, I end up being racist. I end up be against the narrative. That's why I am not liked in my neighborhood. That's why most people see me and be like, oh, you soft, you don't want to fight. I am fighting. I point out things that are true. I have another friend that reads articles after articles after articles after articles every day. And she's like, what you think about that? I think about, and then she tells me like, it's wrong yet again. Things are wrong. But then I get political. I was like, okay, what state was it in? What was the mayor? What type of crime rate is going on? Because this is how you solve the little things that you want solved in your state. This is why Maine, sorry for the mass shooting, but this is why Maine is one of the #1 states for revenue when you want to go get a job and be successful. We up here thinking that we should go to Texas and Atlanta and Nevada and stuff like that. Yeah. I get it. But you want to go to a successful state that's doing it good, you want to go to Maine. This is just being honest, which I'm just being real. But this is trippy.
So you had already gotten her in the, I guess, passenger side. Yeah. You're coming around to the driver's side. Yeah. Two guys both on your side with guns.
Yeah.
And what are the instincts that kick in when your 78-year-old mom is now at risk?
Yet again.
So they just kept telling me to give up the car.
What instincts? Bump the instincts. You are the DA. You are the mayor. Okay, bro? Bump that. You got robbed. You and your mama in the carjack got carjacked. Understandable. What are you going to do to change the fact? Because you have the right, you have the policy, you have the interrogations to do this.
Or get out of the car, give up the car. And, Linda Fricky was on my brain because my mom doesn't move very quickly now. And I said I can't until I get my mom out of the car.
What?
And they kept repeating.
Are you going to do about changing
Put my hands
laws?
up.
2 guns. I didn't fight anybody. But I said I can't until I get my mom out of the car. And I told her to get out of the car, and she was doing her best to get out of the car. And as soon as I was able to get her away from the car, we backed away. And
Okay. Question. Would the situation have changed if he would have had a gun? Would the situation have changed if he would have had a gun? Huh? I'm just asking. Would the situation have changed if he would have had a gun? You think he would have got robbed if he would have had a gun there to protect him and his mother? You think life would have been a little bit easier if we had just a little bit more protection, a little bit more police officers around? More police officers around mean not coming so late to crime scenes. Sound like to me. But now, police officers getting crucified at the cross, that now you got super shortage. You ain't got shortage like where, okay, people getting fired, but now you got people that don't even want to join. Everybody want to be content creators. Everybody want to be music directors and videos and stuff like that. Yeah.
Now, because they just carjacked the DA, all hands on deck, and the police arrested an 18-year-old connection with the carjacking. His name was Raymond Rachon. Check it out.
Roshan was arrested less than 24 hours after the high-profile carjacking of New Orleans District Attorney Jason Williams.
Now, he got stars and stripes. Boy, you robbed the DA? Boy, give me some. Boy, that's what you supposed to do. Boy, that's how you get them. Boy, that's how you serve the people. That's how you give it back to the people. That's how you give it back to them. Now in his hood, like, yeah, psst, psst. What is this? What is this? What is this? He got stripes. He got hood recognition. But we're telling people like that, oh man, that ain't good. What type of life do you want where you want hood recognition? You can't go get a job later on. How you gonna feed your kids once you start having kids? Oh man, I ain't want kids. I know you don't want kids. Now you're young. But now this man got hood stripes. When he get out, he gonna be good in the hood. They gonna look up to the man. Oh man, this nigga robbed the DA, man. Rode around the porch. Didn't get far, bro. They gonna make fun of him. They gonna talk about him, but he still got the hood stripes. You need policies in place to where you take away the hood stripes. If that's sad, that's sad. I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. This is real talk.
And his 78-year-old mother. Roshan is accused of being one of the 2 gunmen who approached Williams and his mother with guns drawn near Magazine and Ray Streets in the Lower Garden District around 10 Monday night. He's also accused of a second carjacking on Barone 30 minutes later. Following his arrest late Tuesday afternoon, Roshan was booked in 3 prior auto thefts.
Now, my pothead smokers, understand this. You're not even allowed to carry a gun. We're not allowed to carry a gun if you get your marijuana license. So that's making us easy targets. Potheads. You cannot get your gun license. That's making us easy targets, bros. I love smoking weed just as well as y'all like smoking weed. I love it to death. Like, man, let's smoke. Let's light up. But when we go out, we have a harder time protecting ourselves because therefore they don't want us to have a gun license. Why don't states, and it's a state thing. I'm not gonna get federal because federal, then you get in the police office like it is in New Jersey. New Jersey wants to ban the gun in between the guns and the police officer, so police officers can smoke weed. But if you smoke weed, you can't have your gun license, so they revoke your gun license. Yet again, me and you sitting here smoking weed, chilling, we go out, we can't protect ourselves either. Yeah, nobody thought about that. I've been thinking about that recently, because it's been brought to my attention. I truly didn't understand till now. I understand. Now it's like, so how am I supposed to protect myself just in case I get in one of these predicaments like this? Like, yeah, it gets deeper. I'm for the potheads. I'm a pothead. I'm for the potheads. We got to smoke and talk about the realness, talk about the truth, talk about really what's going on, because if we're not, then we're sleeping on the facts.
For which arrest warrants had been issued. According to court documents, Roshan was picked up near his home in the 7600 block of Brevard Street on Tuesday in the Little Woods neighborhood. Police say they tracked a stolen Dodge pickup truck allegedly used in the carjackings to Roshan's home. Court documents indicate, as officers were reading Roshan his rights, he interrupted and said, "I know why y'all are here. Y'all's people have been got." A reference to D.A. Williams. Roshan is now facing a
hood stripes. my boy got hood stripes right there. Sorry for all the coughing in the mic. But you think he cares about y'all arresting him? That right there alone lets you know he does not care about getting got. He doesn't care. It's 2 thumbs up. You see what I'm saying? Now, if y'all see that, now y'all should be thinking like, okay, now we got a problem. Yes, now we got a problem. This is where I'm saying. And we smoking weed. He like, your boy got. Okay, shit, hold on. What if you get us? We may got an ounce of weed on us. You just took my weed, took my car, took my change. Fucked up my day too. So if he get caught, which this man got caught, it needs to be a crime that's suitable to where, oh man, maybe I won't do this again. But he don't care. He got hood stripes. He gonna do it again if we catch one of y'all slipping. I'm just keeping it real. Y'all see what was in the thing when you came in here, real talk.
People have been got. A reference to D.A. Williams. Roshan is now facing a list of charges for Monday night's crimes, including unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, illegal possession of stolen things, and illegally carrying of a firearm.
So the carjacker, who's been in and out of prison in that revolving door we were talking about earlier, now has carjacked the DA. But in a shock and surprise, guess what? He's in on bail and he's not getting out until he goes to trial. That doesn't seem light on crime. That seems tough on crime. Is it because it happened to the DA and didn't happen to someone else?
Ooh. So you trying to tell me you got knocked and this boy ain't getting out, but let one of us see? This is what I'm saying, y'all. This is where you got to go to your mayor. We got to go to the mayor. Be like, yo, this happened. What's up? What about us? You're going to protect your buddies, but you're not going to protect us in the same fashion? I think we need to, you know what I'm saying, start smoking weed anywhere. They decriminalize weed down to a Tylenol offense. It's like over-the-counter medicine. So yes, I think that you should be able to go to any capital in any state and smoke it out, and let's talk about some shit. Like, what's going on? How are you protecting police officers and stuff like that, but you're not protecting working citizens. Like, you forgetting now, this is becoming more and more important that people are waking up that we need to vote, that you can get out certain people that fucks up your city, fucks up your state. That's what needs to happen. You can say fuck the president. Yes, good. Fuck the president. Any one of them ones that you want to feel like saying that you don't give a fuck about. Because them people are not that damn important when it comes to your mayor, your senator, your congressman, people that you vote for in your district rivals. When they want to get done, when you want to get certain things done, you want to build small businesses in your town and where you at. You know what I'm saying? That comes to your district, blah, 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 not my bad. Your district congressman. This is a person that's more in your city, should be around. He's in the state. You just find out where your capital at, and you go check that boy out. You go check that boy out. This has got to find a new wave of happening, a new function to say that, like, that this can't happen like this, y'all. It's like this, y'all. It's like that, y'all. It's like this, y'all. I had to take a breather real quick. I got hyped up real fast with you guys on some stuff.
Our mission in Coding Dojo is about redefining what's possible in our students' lives. If you are interested in getting
We got you. We got you.
For a person, this is what we talk about when we say a person is just, they wake up every day wishing that a person go to jail so bad. Like, that is so crazy to me. It's real deep. It's real fetish of the mind to think that somebody this passionate, this deep, this present to want somebody to go to jail that bad. Like, man, like, good God almighty. But in my community, this is what I'm supposed to be like. This is supposed to be my mindset. This is supposed to be how I think that white people are bad. Like, white people are bad. Like, this is the mindset that I'm supposed to go through. This is the morality. Trump did an insurrection, January 6th. It made headway, news, riots. People just blew it up. Just, oh, he got to go to jail. He got to go to jail. Okay. Then this man right here pulls an alarm during a crucial, and this is the part where a lot of people should be arguing. He pulled alarm during a crucial vote. During a crucial vote. Not because you thought about something else, because you was tripping off voting. But yet again, that's where you got to look at the points. And I'm saying, like, okay, you literally did this during a crucial voting aspiration. One quick dash to go try to put your vote in. And you pulled a fire escape alarm that stopped voting. People ran out and didn't know what was going on. You should be going to jail just like you want Trump to go to jail. That's what you would think. That's what I would think. Same case, same thing. I got you. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him laugh.
We got you. We got you. And more to come.
A few moments later.
We got you. We got you. And more to come. Clown, thug, crook, criminal.
Congressman Jamal Bowman turning himself in moments ago. Fox News cameras capturing this exclusive video of the squad member surrendering. The lawmaker from New York is expected to plead guilty after being charged with falsely pulling the fire alarm at a congressional office building. It happened just before the House voted on a stopgap spending bill to fund government. Last month, Bowman is set to be arraigned at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time.
As I said from the beginning, I was not trying to disrupt any, official government proceedings. So I'm glad, the investigation found that was the case. The misdemeanor charge of pulling the alarm, I admitted that from the very beginning. So, gotta take responsibility for it. We have a deal in place. So looking forward to paying the fine and 3 months later it being dismissed and hopefully continuing to do work in my district.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We find
that's not enough justice. Well, if he get off like that, before he get to talking and explaining his side, you know what everybody else gonna say. Well, Trump should get off. That's what everybody else is gonna say. You're already setting it up.
Finally have the long-awaited footage of Democrat insurrectionist Jamal Bowman pulling the fire alarm, and what he says was an attempt to rush and to get to a vote. Now, here's the thing. Democrats, at the time that this guy was trying to rush to get to the building where he's supposed to vote at, they were actively trying to delay the vote. Now, this guy just so happens to pull the fire alarm at the same time while he's trying to rush to get over there. And his excuse was that, well, I was trying to get out the door, right? I was running to get out the door to get over there. And that's why I pulled the fire alarm, right? I thought it was a door handle, which is just a really silly excuse and an obvious lie considering how this guy once was a principal, right? Which is, again, says a whole lot about why our education system is so bad, because if you have somebody this dumb that was the leader of a school, it again is another reason why our kids are also so dumb, because you have dummies, right? People who are so dumb they can't recognize the difference between a doorknob or a door switch and a fire alarm that are running our educational institutions. But anyways, he claimed he was trying to run out the door, right? He was trying to get there, right? And that's why he did it. However, this new footage that has came out is proving that what he said, his initial excuse, was a lie. Okay. Now, again, this guy has been charged with a petty misdemeanor for pulling the fire alarm, in which he could face 6 months in jail. However, we know, because DC is soft on crime, this guy has the right skin color, and he's a Democrat. He's not gonna face any crimes, right? He's not gonna face any punishment or anything like that. He's gonna get off, right? But let's go ahead and look at his video. You guys tell me, do you think that this guy's story is believable? Wow. Wow.
Okay, let's rewind it before we just get to saying anything. Not 2 cents in. Let's Let's just see.
He's going to get off, right? But let's go ahead and look at his video. You guys tell me, do you think that this guy's story is believable?
Okay, pushes on a door twice. It's locked. That when the sign part falling, what it throws me off, and like I don't know. That looks too suspect.
Wow. 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 Wow.
I ain't think he was gonna get that hype. I ain't think my boy was gonna get that hype, but I do see. I mean, it does look very suspect, like he wasn't really truly trying to actually open the door and really struggle. Because you will push that one leg would kind of go up there. That really let me try to really force this door open. One of these right here, pose right here could unlock some stuff. Okay,
I'm sorry for exploding, but I'm about to lose my mind. I'm about to explode in anger because, guys, this is clear and obvious evidence. Okay, I don't know who's running the Capitol Police, but if you're the Capitol Police and you see this guy, he tells you a story that, well, I was rushing to try to get to the other building to vote. When you look at the actual footage, he's not running. This is not a guy that's in a rush to get anywhere. This is a guy who saw this and planned it. Look at it. He didn't even attempt to go out the door. Look at this. He immediately removes the sign. He immediately removes the fire exit sign. Both of them, knocks him down, and then pulls the fire alarm. This guy made no attempt whatsoever to go out the door. So he lied.
He's making a very good argument. Hey, you can't listen, I'm stuttering. You can't argue with what you just seen and what he just told you. I just told you one thing. He said he just told you another thing that he's saying.
He lied. But yet you give him this petty charge because he clearly and obviously did it as a way to try to obstruct an official proceeding. This guy is an insurrectionist. He should be thrown in jail and removed from Congress. He should be in prison. Okay? This man has no business being a sitting congressman. Zero, none. He's clearly not smart enough. Right? If you believe his story, he's clearly not smart enough to tell the difference between a damn fire alarm and a door switch. And I'm sick and tired of Democrats getting away with crimes. I'm sick and tired of the double standard in this country. Just seeing this video pisses me off. Because this dude clearly lied.
And you're standing by your word that you did not have any intention to slow things. I mean,
hell
Democrats were trying to stall this vote on the House floor.
Yeah, hell no. I mean, when I ran into the Capitol, I went to go vote, and someone told me go downstairs. There's a meeting, so I didn't even know that meeting was taking place for the motion to I forgot what the vote was, but yeah. So no, absolutely not. Hell no.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, thanks, y'all. Appreciate it. I hate the confusion that it caused, and I really hate that, Capitol Police and other resources had to be used to respond to this. So I'm really apologetic about that, and I'm going to inform Capitol Police of that. I really hate that part. I'm glad no one was hurt or nothing like that took place. You know what I mean?
And he's getting a slap on the wrist. Anyways, let me go ahead and play a clip here of Democrats. Okay, Hakeem Jeffries responding to Republicans, comparing what Jamal Bowman did to what happened at the Capitol on January 6th. Take a look.
I mean, many of these lawmakers on the other side of the aisle who had their hair on fire about what appears to have been an inadvertent action taken by Congressman Bowman to which he is now being held accountable.
Now it makes sense. See, now when you see this guy up here, it makes sense why he got off.
For
You're not gonna lock up another brother. Oh man, brother, it got you hard to get here. Ain't that many of us here. I'm gonna get you out. But when a person commit a crime like that, Trump would have did that same exact thing, bro. I promise you, y'all would have been, oh my God. If y'all caught him on Trump on video smoking gun red-handed like this, bloody murder, y'all would be hanging him at the cross. Y'all would. Everybody would. You know you would. But look at my brother, clean brother, two-piece suit brother, Uncle Leroy. Look at Uncle Leroy. You see, brothers, when the people on the other side with the hand waving
within the criminal justice system
is in the criminal justice
regularly defend violent individuals who overran the Capitol on January 6th as part of an effort to halt the peaceful transfer of power. And these violent individuals brutally beat and seriously injured 140 police officers.
What?
On the day of the insurrection.
What?
And
what?
many of them.
What? Wait. That is brand new news. Listen here, I covered the insurrection case on here just as well as anybody else. I didn't know that. Nobody never ever said that. That is brand new news to me. Look, that woke me up. I'm like, whoa, hold on, wait a minute. There is supposed to be something happening to where they supposed to release the whole film of the whole tapes of everything that happened on that day. I can't wait to that day. Oh my God. I am going to remember this. Let's play that one more time. What my boy said. How many people? How many police officers? How many police officers got hurt? Make
to
sure
halt
I
the
count.
peaceful transfer of power. And these violent individuals brutally beat and seriously injured 140 police officers.
140. I'm going to make sure I look that up. I promise you. That is one of the things I'm looking up. I'm looking up 140 police officers getting killed. I mean, beat up and assaulted. I'm looking for the 6 to 7 police officers that got killed, or however many people got killed. I know one person that did got killed. May she rest in peace. I'm sorry. But yeah, I got to see this. Yeah. I didn't know that. That's new.
On the day of the insurrection.
Look at my
and
boy.
Many of them who are having a panic attack publicly about Jamal Bowman have actually defended or refused to comment on the violent mob on January 6th. So you know what? We can't take anything that those individuals have to say seriously. They're not serious individuals. They're partisan political actors. And the American people are tired of that type of performative politics when there are real problems that we should be working together on in a bipartisan fashion to solve on behalf of hardworking American taxpayers.
Hakeem Jeffries, at this point, I think he's just as dumb, if not dumber, than Jamal Bowman, right? I mean, I've never heard this man talk and him not speak from an obvious script of, well, let's never actually talk about what we do. Let's just always talk about what the Republicans do. It's nothing but deflection from this clown, okay, who is a puppet of Nancy Pelosi. It is Nancy Pelosi speaking. It's not him. He's never had an original thought in his life. He's an affirmative action minority leader. The only reason he's in that position is because he's black. Just like the only reason that Jamal Bowman is not facing any.
Oh my God, brothers. It's crazy. It is crazy. But hey, you can say that we voted for this, and that's the part where it kills me. That is true. That is facts. We voted for stuff like this. But playing his video, playing his tape like something is going to really, really be going down. Oh, well. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I'm gonna play this because this looks pretty important.
Well, honestly, it's really been a ghost town here, except a large police presence and a large media presence. We've seen a few cars out on the roads really driving by these scenes to see what it is they can see, but very few people are out walking around the town because, again, police are asking that you shelter in place. Earlier today, we were here at Schmegny's Bar and Restaurant where we saw nearly 24 FBI agents scanning the area wearing their FBI vests. We also stopped by the bowling alley earlier today, which, similar to here, has had its road blocked off all day long with very...
Notice this lady right here. Hands in your pockets. This guy, hands in his pockets. If you got a guy that's on a run, mass shooting, if he was smart, he should have been
earlier today, which, similar to here, has had its...
Hands in their pockets, hands in their pockets. He must ain't be that bad of a threat.
Road blocked off all day long with very limited access to get in and out, just police personnel going in. We were in a neighborhood nearby and could see that some cars were still in the bowling alley's parking lot. Now, Brandon Dubuque used to bowl at Just in Time Recreation. He says it's a staple in his family and in this community. When he first heard about the shooting last night, he went through a mental checklist of people he knew he needed to call, checking in to see who may have been there last night and to make sure all of his loved ones were okay. He said last night likely would have been a youth league or a practice happening, and that the building has an open floor plan with very few exits. One of the victims killed was his former bowling coach. He says his coach had a passion for the job and treated the kids like his own.
He was just a very kind soul, and he made sure to take care of those kids no matter what. He is just such a good man that he deserves people to know about him and what he meant.
Tragedy that's going on in this world, and people, and then you have people jumping to conclusions of what's going on. I just want to hear this so we have just
Watch
a tad
live
bit
TV like cable with YouTube TV.
comedy
Try it free.
relief
Terms apply.
real
Cancel
quick
anytime.
because it's not that long. Okay?
What's the difference between
Everybody
selling on a
needs a little-
marketplace and selling with Shopify?
Everybody needs a little laughter.
Oh, not about him. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something. Everybody keep inboxing me. Say something about the White House. Say something about the White House. Let me tell y'all something. I ain't saying nothing about the White House. Nothing. I'm not saying nothing at all. Not about him. Hell no. And the reason I'm not going to say nothing is because he done already, apparently, allegedly, already done got one person. You done already had an encounter. You done already, according to what they saying, you done something without somebody consent. That's just allegedly. I don't know, but what I'm saying is I don't want to be a part of that. Mess around, make a video about the White House, because y'all telling me to make a video about the White House. Next thing you know, I turn the damn corner and somebody feel these large hands wrap around my body. I'm not no big man. I can't take all that. I can tell you that now. I can't take it. You know, I can't. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know what people intend to be done. Snatch me up. My eyes already big. They're gonna pop the hell out. Mess around and rupture my damn kidney because y'all want a video about the White House. Hell no. Now I gonna send.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you know what's going on about Dwight Howard and he went live, I seen it, but I didn't see it. because I'm not really into celebrities and what they got going on. Whatever they got going on is whatever they got going on. It's really none of my business, and I'm not trying to be up here saying that something is my business, like I'm finna be all up in somebody. No, no. Allegedly, he was somebody that he used to date that was a boy, kind of put him on Front Street on social media. Okay, whoop-de-doo. That's how I'm looking at it. Whoop-de-doo. It's not really none of my business. Who cares? Is that gonna make a difference in the community? Is Dwight Howard being gay or not gay gonna do something constructively? No. So therefore, I really am not going to make a video of it. It's not that deep. I'm going to bigger matters. Yet again, I know people like, yet again, bigger matters. You talk about the war. Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. The reason why I want to talk about the war, because of things that are happening, things that are taking place, is deeper than a motherfucker. It is. Y'all know it. If you don't know it, if you look it up and you have your opinion, you have your opinions. I truly understand why you may have your opinions. But me personally, I can't have an opinion because it's deeper than me. When something's deeper than you, bigger than you, especially in another country, and I understand that Israel is our ally. I understand that part. I realize that. But in the same token, when it comes to this war, and we're allies with these people, but do you want to annihilate somebody else? That's the biggest question. That is things that is going on, that is things that are truly taking place. And if you feel some way about any of these adverts, then that's how you feel, and that's what's going on. And then I cannot knock you for what you feel and how you perceive things. Go ahead, 2 thumbs up to you. But me personally, that is the main reason of why I am not speaking on what's going on about the war and putting my 2 cents in, because of that argument right there. And once you pick a side, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So therefore, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to stay out of it. It's like peeking through the blinds. I'm going to peek through the blinds. I'm going to see what's going on. U.S. House Speaker Mike Jones' big claims against Biden. What? You are not playing. Like,
the wow is real.
Mike Jones.
You want a satisfying, remote-friendly job that pays well? Become a software engineer in only.
But
how broad has this attack been? How many Americans have been censored?
There's judicial findings again and again in the opinion of millions by these efforts.
And it had profound impacts. We know, we just saw the poll in the data that's been entered here, facts, not conjecture, that it probably changed the outcome of the election. The court noted that they suppressed, among other topics, the Hunter Biden laptop story. And the court noted, not you, not me, not Republicans, that millions of Americans were not exposed to that story. Had they been, we know they might have voted differently. We'll never be able to unwind history, but wow, I mean, the profound impacts. What are some of the other categories of speech that the government suppressed with its unconstitutional scheme?
Well, the court made findings on that. I just quote them: opposition to COVID-19 vaccines, opposition to COVID-19 masking and lockdowns, the lab leak theory of COVID-19, opposition to President Biden's policies, statements that the Hunter Biden laptop story was true, opposition to the policies of government officials in power. All were suppressed. And that's just some examples, many other examples in the court's findings and in the discovery in the case.
I so wish I weren't out of time. I yield back.
The gentleman yields back. The chair now recognizes Mr. Allred from.
So grateful for that segue from Mr. Golden, because we're about to talk about hard evidence here. It's really ironic this hearing is covering the left's censorship of opposing viewpoints, and you've all seen it on display all day long. They've been doing exactly that. They've been trying to bully and defame our witnesses and try to cover up their opinions. They actually began the hearing with a motion to prevent them from testifying. You can't make this stuff up. It's on broad display for everybody. They did the same thing yesterday in the hearing with the IRS whistleblowers. You know why? Because the Democrats are panicked right now. They're panicked because it's impossible to cover up the inescapable.
This is about to get very, very interesting. It is. I know people, y'all smoke weed and y'all probably be looking for something to talk about and walk. I am finna take you down this political rabbit hole. So you smoke a blunt with me, you can dab with me. I am gonna take you down this political rabbit hole and show you some justification. Just show y'all. I think showing y'all what goes on in Congress would make you think about how to go out here and vote just a little bit better. Seeing covering these little stories. That's why I hope I try to cover stories just as much as they get put out. You know what I'm saying? But I wish a good story happened in each state in 50 states where I can cover all 50 states around here. No bullshit. Because it needs to be.
And coerce the social media platforms to censor and suppress disfavored viewpoints and conservatives' social media posts online. I'm grateful we have with us today two individuals, Mr. Kennedy and Ms. Harris, who are directly impacted by that censorship, and the third, Mr. Sauer, who we're about to speak with, serving as lead counsel in the landmark lawsuit against the federal government on this issue. Let's talk facts. The American people are not aware of the magnitude of this case, Mr. Sauer, and its profound implications because most of the mainstream media is in on it too, and they're trying to bury the story. In brief, in May of last year, the attorneys general of my state, Louisiana, and the state of Missouri filed suit in U.S. District Court of the Western District of Louisiana. This blatant censorship. They went after the blatant censorship by the Biden White House in 9 of its federal agencies. 2 weeks ago on Independence Day, the district court issued a truly extraordinary 155-page court opinion, a ruling granting the plaintiff's request for preliminary injunction. Mr. Sauer, your lead counsel in that litigation. You referenced some in your opening statement, but let's do it again here because they don't seem to be paying attention. Can you give a summary again of some of the key components of that opinion and the basis for it? I know you mentioned there were 82 pages of detailed factual findings, right?
That is correct. 82 pages, 577.
So basically, this is a repeat of what we just seen of them starting all over. Interesting. So he really, basically, what's going to start taking place is they really going to go after the Biden family. Wow. Interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how far that go down that rabbit hole. Interesting. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to hold y'all too much longer. Yeah, I'm not going to hold y'all too much longer. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I'm going to play this before we get up out here.
This morning, I caught a text message from a female that he said that he wasn't talking to anymore. He's telling her, "Oh, I love you. I can't wait to see you. But you told me that you're not talking to this female no more, telling me to trust him. He's loyal. He's faithful. All this bull crap. How can I trust you if I catch this stuff in your phone?" Then he said he got her on block. If she on block, how she call him straight through?
Okay. Mr. Trotter, did that happen this morning?
My phone was actually rambled through. You know, if you don't go through my phone, then I won't go through yours. What you don't know will not hurt you. Also, on top of that, on top of that, you could be faithful. You could be faithful to a person and not do anything, but have female friends.
This morning, I caught a text message from a female that he's
interesting. But people be showing out when they get on television for real, bro. Let's keep it real. People be showing out. I just try to show facts. I'm not trying to show out. I never try to get like beside myself. Maybe I did once upon a time, but I always just try to show facts and things that go on and just have my opinion backed up by facts. Is that a crime? Is that a crime? I'm lying. I want to hear this person. I seen this earlier.
Child, we praise God around here, baby. Let's get it. Yes, ma'am. It's giving pit bull, rottweiler, alligator vibes. Snapping from Dade County, them Liberty City kind of vibes. Snapping for God. I go Florida Google crazy, slanging his words just like how he made me. Yeah, you know it's Miss 305, a big representative. Jesus is a gang, and you know the spirit all in her. And I rep God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. You know how I do it. Yeah, I'm one of God's cheering.
Okay. Wrapping in. Hey, I like ending on that note right there. That was awesome. That's how we're gonna end it on that note right there. Boom. Good morning, good afternoon. Next time y'all hit me up and see you. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Have a good one. Peace.